the world, known as the Eastern Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist and legend of boxing, the only three-time lineal heavyweight champion of the world. He floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. The one and only, the greatest, Muhammad Ali.
They'll be fighting under the lights tonight. What a unique environment as we get set for... Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Good straight to the body. Neither fighter willing to slow down. A typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
Outside fighters create so much unpredictable movement, move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Right on the button with that right hand. The straight right just misses. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Both men step back for just a moment. That jab had to hurt. Punch, counter punch. Jab misses. Got him there. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how...
Going to let him get back in.
And there's the bell to start round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. The straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower, calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Can't land that jab. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Missing with that right hook. That one lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so.
There's the bell to start round 3. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Solid punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
The courage on display here is incredible. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You'd like to see more jabs. That uppercut can't get through. Nice exchange here from both men. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Failing to score with that right hook. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. talk about Holmes in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes.
To win this round. Get your man back.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Just misses with that jab. How about that time counter shot? They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
That counter shot lands. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? The greatest! Muhammad Ali is down! Do you believe it? Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Even I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say, come to me.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Good punch. Do you believe what we are seeing? They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but
Get your mind back on the job.
time for the 5th round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Only catching air with that hook. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Do you believe what we're seeing? Perfect punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out.
This is the beginning of round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. He threw a punch and just got countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A big whiff with the right hook. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Right hook won't score. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Swing and a miss with that hook. Incredible work rate. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Mind back on the draw.
Here comes round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchange punches. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. He misses with that straight left. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
You'd like to see more jabs. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You gotta get out there and win this round, kid.
Round 8, and we're off again. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
And that hook misses. And he scores with the counter. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Beautiful counter punch. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
And before they get knocked down, they choose to go down on their own and take a knee.
That must have really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Is there any way back into this fight after the...
I need you to switch back on.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
The straight right just misses. One punch could end this fight for either of these 2 heavyweights.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Missing with the hook. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system. Throw a certain amount of punches per round, because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Misses with the straight left. That counter punch caught him clean. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can...
And here comes the 10th round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Both men step back for just a moment. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Nice punch. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Is he going to punch himself out, though? The straight right just misses. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. A perfect counter lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. How much cardio was put in? Let's start 11. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Can't find a home with that jab. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. The straight right just misses. It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
This is when you talk about...
And there's the bell to start round 12. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
That big hook doesn't land. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
I need to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout